Thierry says, "Hi guys, it's a picture as well. From tomorrow, I will be removing myself from social media until the people in power are able to regulate their platforms with the same vigor and veracity that they currently do when you infringe copyright." Shouts to Dan. You were the first person I heard say that, and I was like, "That's so right."
Yeah, he's been listening.
Mad jokes. Shout out to Thierry, man, for listening, bro. Big up yourself.
He went on to say, the sheer volume of racism, bullying, and resulting mental torture to individuals is too toxic to ignore. There has to be some accountability. It is far too easy to create an account, use it to bully and harass without consequence, and still remain anonymous. Until this changes, I will be disabling my accounts across all social media platforms. I'm hoping this happens soon.
Yeah,
Cool,
like you said, we've spoken about it on here. Dan said it. There needs to be something to be done by these apps, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Maybe put in some details, address. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Full name, address. But then it's just like, how do you verify that in it? I could put down your address.
Yeah,
but whatever they choose to do,
you could pretend to be
something
me,
needs to be done.
All sorts of stuff. You could have my avatar up, all sorts of stuff.
And I think people probably follow in
doing so.
Footsteps.
That was my next question. Do we think people are going to follow suit? I feel like for Thierry, he's from that generation where social media didn't exist. So it's not seen as something which is essential to his very being. So he can drop it. I feel for like the younger man, I know he probably doesn't have as many endorsements tied to social media. I feel like your younger active footballers who will have endorsements tied to it.
But social media is a big thing.
Grew up with it. It'll be kind of tough for them to.
It's too ingrained in their lives, and it's a revenue stream, that's the mad thing. Like, you're saying no to P.
My initial thought when I saw it, and to what Dan was saying about Thierry, was not what's the point, but okay.
After seeing,
like, I understand the message and the reason for doing so, but maybe I'm looking for some mad change and some mad difference. But like Dan was saying, for Thierry, he's off the era that social media is not a big thing for him.
It's like our parents saying like, "Oh, I'm gone, man."
Mum saying, "Oh, she deleted her Facebook." All right, nobody cares. That's how I saw that. But obviously, reading the message, I think the message is a lot longer than that. Or there's another bit that he wrote to it. I understand it, and I think it's a good thing. But to what Dan is saying, I think it definitely, if it comes from the Sterlings or the Rashfords or the other man who are more prominent on social media, then I think that makes a bigger wave or adds to the
it
wave.
definitely would. It definitely would. Just because they got more of a social media following in it, or he's not really active on the socials like that. But I think it is definitely. It started some sort of discussion. Maybe these apps, the people who are in control of it, are thinking, okay, cool, what can we do? It kind of makes sense.
They have banned certain people in the past.
But that's like banning people isn't enough, innit?
No.
You could create another account.
I mean, I think if we're looking at, let's pick a platform, Twitter, for example. Twitter, what more can they do? You can't stop. You can't stop people creating accounts.
No, but I think when you create these accounts, you have to put in certain details.
You have to put in some details. So you're saying better verification,
like a Coinbase, for instance.
Where
a Monzo, for instance, where you have to take a picture of ID.
So they know who you are. So for example, if
that's a decent
in real life, if someone's like a fucking pedo or something like that, that will go on their record, innit? So if these social media platforms have like your details, if you say whatever you say, that could go on your record.
Because it's like verification. You get verification.
Then you go for a job and it's like, oh shit,
because you're famous
16th of April.
Do something.
You said this on your Twitter.
Let's really get people verified.
I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like I've said this point.
You're Mr. Freedom of Speech. You're Mr. Non-censorship.
I just feel like it's dangerous, man. Well. It's like they're like, and I think we don't realize so much in Britain, in this country,
how much freedom.
But if you're in like Saudi Arabia, there are loads of like journalists speaking out anonymously because let's say I don't think Twitter's in China. I think they've cut that shit all the way out. But if you're experiencing some shit and you're under some kind of oppressive government or regime, bro, it's beneficial to be able to speak anonymously.
Yeah.
So I think there are certain angles. So that is one of my points. The other point is I don't know if banning, say, this speech or like these slurs, this racism, all the stuff you see online is terrible, but it exists, innit? It's there. It's not. If I feel like, let's say, like Henri gets his wish come true. Somehow they figure out they can press some button. If you're racist, you can't get on
done.
Twitter.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean racists don't exist.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, social media is the world.
Yeah, but do you
then
think
you're in some ecosphere,
that
which I think it is
decent
kind of already.
it's a decent way to kind of back these racists into a corner? So we take them away from social media, take them away from workplaces, and then after a while, like their circle starts to
reduce
decrease.
The catchment area,
Yeah. It's like reducing the tools.
I think Rich is just like, if they're not going to say it in social media, they're just going to say it with their mates.
I just think it's a kind of worrying precedent. And you use the term, and I get what you were saying. I guess it's more of a figure of speech. When you said back someone into a wall. Yeah. When you back people into a wall, they just come out swinging like. But it seems to make them more.
If there's enough people backing someone down, which you could say that is turning people's views and opinions are improving, I believe.
I see. I'll interject there because I don't know if it is. Say, like, look at like this last, I'm going to say 4 years since Trump, the rise of Trump, and you've seen like a lot more white supremacy, right-wing nationalism, all of that stuff. I feel like that's a response to how far things were moving. So, in the opposite direction. So, I don't know what actually gets us to a better place, and I don't know if this gets us.
This
there.
is one of them.
Yeah.
If it makes things better or worse, because. Yeah. If you look at like the Trump or the last 4 years, it seems to have made things worse. Like Black Lives Matter on some level has made people, it's changed some opinions. Yeah. It may have changed people that were, I'm not even gonna say they were on the fence or they weren't aware of some of their views and opinions.
Almost like,
That's a better term, sleepwalking. But then if it hasn't, you've just doubled down. Can you remember when it was like during May, June, whatever last year, man was showing up in Hoddesdon and all of it. Them man have always been about.
Yeah.
We've been around like them man all the time, our entire lives. Probably not knowing, or maybe knowing to some degree, but it's just brought them man out. So it's like a weird, and I don't get it twisted. I think that there are certain things you can do to like usher in better behavior. I just don't. I feel like sometimes you can go in with good intentions and you get bad results.
Yeah, I feel like the role that social media plays in people's everyday lives, I feel like if you do take social media away as a tool, and it's not a tool, and like freedom of speech is like a big myth. Like it doesn't mean you have the freedom to like just put racial slurs into the universe. That's not what freedom of speech is, isn't it?
I don't.
What you said is speaking down.
I think you should.
Governments.
I feel like you should be able to say the foulest shit you want.
Yeah.
You just shouldn't want to say it, but you should be able to.
Yeah, I'm not for it. I don't know like what good comes from being able to.
Do you know what it is? I think for me,
it's too much choice, fam.
It's like you see like all of the stuff that like we look at as positive. Let's say the Black Lives Matter movement as opposed to the organization, all of that shit. Last year was like, in my opinion, from my political or however I look at the world, seemed as though there was some positive.
Yeah.
To the other people, they're like, nah, fuck this. This is horrible. So like, we're both in a weird way in the same position, if that makes sense.
Yeah, one is based in lies though, isn't it?
I think one is totally based in lies.
And that's what it's about. Like revealing the truth and why do you feel like you are superior? Because it's based upon what you've been told and conditioned to believe so. And it's not fact really, is it?
No, but I think we have to have the conversations. We have to have them.
So
you have to show these
men. Take Twitter away, and it's a conversation lost.
I mean, to a degree, yeah. I mean, like, let's sit these people down and question them, and you'll find out a man's full of shit.
But like they're not. Yeah, on Twitter.
Like you can sit down.
How do you do that?
I mean, that's
man that are putting bananas in footballers or monkey things.
Yeah, but in
this,
this,
man, you have
that's not happening. They're not
an
even
anonymous account.
really man you can chat to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know if that helps or hinders things more ultimately. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is the answer. I don't know if this is
none of us do.
And I don't know what the answer is.
And that's it's actually
that's
calm
fine,
to not know. I do think Henri, cold, laid your stall out. You've done your bit, innit?
I rate
you
it.
can sleep well.
Yeah.
I just want to see what these younger popping social media addicted man do next.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think man are leaving.
Nah, I don't, because what a point Dan made before was there's money tied to it.
Bro, the endorsement.
There's money tied. There's money tied to it.
But
there's
are some things bigger than money? Like
100%.
If it was us working men,
100%.
you'd probably be like, oh, I understand why he stayed on there because that's tripled or doubled his earnings. But for these men who are multi-millionaires,
they're getting mad.
You don't post on TikTok today.
You can always get more money.
20 grand for the month.
I guess Rashford as the example. He posted the other day. He put like a message out saying, "Oh, come back at 12 o'clock because I got some important messages." I think he released a book.
Okay.
I saw him with the book. I don't know if it's in relation to that. But without him being able to post that, he can't drive attention to whatever it is he was, I guess, selling at that time.
Yeah.
So he's using it for good. But if he turned around and said, "Yo, I'm out," he can no longer get his message out. And what's he going to sit on the news?
It's definitely
sit
every day.
Like,
on 6 o'clock news.
if he says I'm out, it's going to be hard for him to get the good messages that he's trying to get out.
That's the point. I didn't think you lose by getting rid of the bad.
Yeah,
you may also lose
the good that you're doing.
So much.
And of course, it's all tied in money. And I'm not hating or saying anything against that, but he has to have that open because it will bring attention. Money
it's starting the discussion in it.
Sorry, man. That's to why when Thierry Henry did it, I kind of thought.
That's what I was just about to say. He's not like an influencer.
No, he's real.
That's like me saying, "Yo, I'm busting out of Twitter."
Everyone's like, "No."
See you later. All right.
Who would it take to be like, "Oh shit, they're gone"?
Rashford. I think Rashford, Sterling,
So when you say,
Pogba.
who would it take to what?
For them to
say Twitter
deactivate their
and
account.
them, man. So for Twitter and them lot,
They're like
it's
power
also,
users, right? If there's certain people, they're like...
it's also for they're having these people on their platforms verified and posted. Go into this to post your new news, and because for them they're saying, okay, we've got 10 million people visited Rashford's page, so Heinz should advertise beans on Twitter or whatever. So for them, if the players will walk away, that affects their bottom line.
Because it's not just Rashford's money, it's Heinz's
money.
They give to Twitter to pop up in
which
our
is how they
feeds
make
all the
money.
time.
They're free, innit? That's how they make money, through advertising. So I hear what you're saying, man.
I think it's a good and selfless step from Henri.
Oh, massively.
I feel like he's kind of knocked the ball into the younger, popping Don's court.
Yeah.
But from today, I haven't seen it.
I've not it in. It's a 50-50. Are you going to pull out? Or are you going to go in?
And I think even it doesn't have to be sporting stars or players that do it. I think people that commentate on football who have a name, who have a status.
Just social media influencers.
Yeah, social media influence. If you join forces, or however you want to put it, with Henri's movement, that adds to it as well. Because I don't think footballers are that massive on social media. The young ones are probably more so. But the entertainers and whoever, I think if they join in, then again, the knock-on effect from marketing and blah, 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 that would definitely have a bigger effect, I think, probably. Because you're now getting not only the sports fans that tune in, but you're getting the people that
entertainment
don't
fans
watch sports.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get the people that watch entertainment, whatever, to tune in.
I
as
think
well.
footballers did this. I'm gonna say 6 to 12 months ago.
Where they
did
like a week or something.
Day,
like that.
I
feel like I remember
there was a
something.
day or something, a week possibly, and obviously, they jumped back because that's like
the 1 day things.
It's a finite amount of time. You can see like next
24
Sunday,
hours.
You can get back on his tweet again.
Henry said he's not coming back until they do something
indefinitely. So
it could be like the guy we talking about before, where he goes back on his word, and goes back on social media, or if he sticks to his guns.
I feel like he won't. I feel like he'll stick to it.
Yeah,
I think he will.
Because it's not like Twitter kind of do this already anyway. It's just, I guess it's just a harder thing. They ban people for hate speech or things that they don't like.
Should be across all platforms, man. Because they bang on it when it's copyright infringement.
Well, yeah, we know personally that. Right? With the SNC story. But we didn't even really fucking know why.
Yeah, and they're so poor when you contact them as well.
Oh, the worst.
YouTube, man. One day we're gonna have a conversation.
Match you up and not tell you why.
Yeah, we're gonna have a serious
just lock
conversation.
man up like that.
Yeah, it's mad. I'm very happy it's come from Henry.
It's been a legend.
win.
Yeah, no, Thierry's the guy, man.
It's cold.
Yeah,
Man. It's cold.
I can say that now.
Back on Sky and that.
Yeah. It's back. I watched the interview with him talking about coaching.
Cold.
That was so sick.
Cold. He's just because he's so good at what he does, like you will listen in it. He might not have had the most success as a manager just yet, but even hearing his story, things make sense. Like, where he may have fallen short sometimes. But
who'd you prefer, Mbappe or Haaland? Well,
so cold. Man.
He's just one of them guys, isn't he? You know, like there's just some man. They're just like magnetic.
I think his first interview back, he did it in a tracksuit.
They done
that was
before they were live.
Before they went live, so
the
precursor
so like
to
the YouTube thing and all of that was but when they were live,
I saw him in a tracksuit on the set, and I was thinking, if he does it in this,
that's when he shitted on Carragher, innit?
Yeah.
Social distancing, you still can't get 2 yards.
2 meters, like just like in the game.
Yeah, still 2 meters.
Yeah, no, if he did it in a tracksuit, I thought, he's really back to shake.
Nah, he got in a suit when he went live.
Yeah.
Cold, man. Listeners, let us know if you would leave social media to make a stand against racism, or would the endorsements or money be too much to turn it all down?
Yeah, what would you do?
Yeah.
Techie one, man. Techie one.
Very.